how he played it, and I know you were very impressed with what impressed you the most about what he did.
Well, I'm watching him every day in practice, so our people only get to see him in the game. So the big thing about Titus is being an older guy. Sometimes even though old JUCO guys are older, they don't play hard enough to be a factor right away, and he does. Second thing, but probably most important, is his basketball IQ. It's just something you really don't know until you get a guy in practice. Because during recruiting, everybody always sells their player. Coaches always laudatory about how, this guy, he knows how to play. Yeah. Then you get him in there, and very few guys are at his level of understanding of basketball. What you're trying to accomplish. You don't have to tell him things more than once, which it allows him to quickly adjust, and it allows you to improve as a player because you can take coaching and apply it to your game. And then the last thing, he's got his raw ability is tremendous. He can make shots. He's explosive. He's got great size. He's a very good passer, and he can really defend. He can defend 4 positions, really, maybe 5.
So his transition so far has been pretty smooth, I guess.
Extremely.
How big was getting him with the workouts in the summer? And for all new players, really, now you get them early.
You said, what a big advantage for us because we had the summer workouts, but everybody had them.
Right.
I think it just depends on what you do with them. That's probably the biggest key. But I think it does help new players more than anything because they're the ones that need the extra time. If it was the old days at UC, he wouldn't have been able to get on the court with a coach till the last week of September. Instead, he was on the court with a coach in June, and then we started all the way through, other than our 3-week break in August. So for any new guy, it's a big advantage.
You're looking for another competitive game Monday from Bellarmine, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they won it all 2 years ago. Last year, they were #1 in the country all year and got beat in the semifinals, and it got upset, really. And then, Scotty Davenport's a close friend of mine, so he's a great coach. And I'm telling him exactly what we're going to do because not that I have to tell him; he already knows because we talk a lot. But we're going over. Because we're so close, even more so in this game. We're talking about maybe some things where he's going to make sure he plays a little zone, or he knows we're going to press. Just little things so we can prepare and try to make it hard on our teams and get the most out of it.
What did you take away from that game the other night, just team-wise?
Well, it's the same, but what I can tell you, it's hard to gauge because you really don't know. It's my opinion that that team might have beat us last year, Grand Valley, in an exhibition. But that's why I scheduled 2 really well-coached veteran Division II teams this year because I thought we had veteran players.
Why do you think they would have beat you last year?
Oh, we weren't any good in November last year, especially if Jaquan Parker was out with a groin and Sheck was out with an ankle. They get that team carved us up, and they made some tough shots. I just try to. I think when the better team you have, the more you can handle early. So, but we'll see because Bellarmine's going to be even better.
Do you expect Justin to play Monday?
I hope so.
Would he have started?
I don't know. So I didn't even think about that. Probably just because he knows what he's doing. And the one thing about Titus, because he brings offensive punch to the table, you start thinking about our season. You want to have a guy that in a role in a 6-man role that can come in and give you some scoring. Not that I've made any decisions yet, but there's a thing about him is if you bring him off the bench, you can bring him in 2 or 3 positions, and you can bring him in, and he can bring some offense to the table if you get off to a slow start offensively.
Thanks.